to actually discuss, which is the plus and minus, the good and bad of review scores. Because
Oh, it's about the review scores because PlayStation 5 games are struggling to get over a 9 and receive a 10. Bro, stop acting like you're not a part of this same problem that you complaining about, bro, because you happen to be one of the most biased reviewers in this community, bro. All you do is give PlayStation 5 games a 10 out of 10, but when it's Xbox, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 3 out of 10. Like, come on, man. Stop pretending.
it does feel like over the course of the last couple of years, we have gotten a lot of games that are broken,
Oh,
busted.
here we go with the Redfall. Okay. What about games on PlayStation, man? Oh, let's blame Xbox yet again for poorly rated games. Except the difference is that game actually deserved this poor rating. Alien Isolation is actually quite a good game. But
That are feature incompletes, and a lot of times now people are hyper fixated on a score above all else.
aren't you the same person? Aren't you the same person that gave Baldur's Gate a 10 out of 10 on the PS5 and you never even played the PS5 version? Bro, I'm sorry, man. You, of all people, shouldn't be complaining about this, man. Matter of fact, all you really did was add to the equation. You want to talk about minuses and bro, all you did was add to it, okay? With your fraudulent review scores, you didn't even play Starfield, and yet you gave a review on the game anyway, bro. Come on, man.
Especially from major websites like GameSpot or IGN or VGC.
Oh, because Wukong is going to score poorly. They getting in preparation, guys. That's all it is, man. They know Wukong is not going to do good on the PS5. So they got to find every single excuse to say, well, review scores don't matter, guys. I know we haven't got a 9 and a 10 in quite some time, but, 8 is the new 10. Because it's so biased nowadays that 8 now is a 10. And Xbox games is now for a solid game, it's a 5 and 6. All you guys are doing is downgrading the spectrum, bro, because you people inside are deeply hurt that gaming ain't like it used to be. And the funny thing is, a review score is not reflective of that, man. How many times I bring up the fact that God Hand is one of my favorite games, but yet the game scored poorly. It is what it is. Alien Isolation, 5 point, bro, that is one of the best games to play. So that right there goes to show you that these professional game journalists don't know what they're talking about. So why do you fanboys hold on to them near and dearly if you want to make fun of Xbox? Oh, we got a 9 and 10. That game got a 5 or 6 and 7 on the Xbox. When you people clearly don't want to see the bias going on in the community. But go ahead.
If you see a review for something like Baldur's Gate or Persona 5, you want to know the game is hundreds of hours long, has
It has not, bro. Hold on. That has nothing to do with a game being good. Just because a game is 100 hours long doesn't mean the game is good. A game could be good for 1 hour. A game could be good for 20 hours. That all has to be reflective on your review. And this is the problem with reviews. This is why Sega, when they made games back in the days, they would get poorly rated games because their games happen to be shorter than the competition. 1 hour, 2 or 3 hour games, Dynamite Cop, Dynamite Deca, if you want to play it in the West. So all I'm trying to say is that you have to base your review reflective on the genre of these games. You can't sit there and say, the game is fun. House of the Dead is fun, but the game could be completed in 1 hour. So therefore, I'm going to have to give the game a 4 out of 10. And that's the problem with gaming journalists. You guys don't base the game off the genre of the game of what it's in. Of course, it's not going to be a 20-hour railgun shooter. You guys know this, man. Cut it out, bro. If there's a game that is a railgun shooter and they extended the hours, then yes, that could also help, give you a little bit more points for the review. But don't sit there and say because a game is a 1 hour game, therefore it deserves to be a 4 out of 10. Because in that case, then every single game that came out on the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, which they scored highly back then, I guess these games are 2 out of 10s now because they don't have hundreds of hours of gameplay. But there's one thing that they do have over this garbage games is replayability.
Characters and good music and fun gameplay, but also beyond that, it does feel like the number of review scores, the actual digit at the end of the video, is now very much debated above all else. And I want to
people have been debating it for quite some time with you, man. So the fact that you are bringing this up in defense of, why reviews is bad and why is it hurting the gaming community is one of the biggest hypocrisies that you got going on your channel right now.
about this because it is controversial as to how serious we should take these critiques. And
Not
I
at
wanna
all.
break it down as
Not at all. I'm not going to take your opinion more seriously than my own.
a person that's
Like I've told people I'm not looking forward to Black Myth Wukong, and people's like, well, I'm gonna still buy it, even though I'm a huge Souls fan, games, but I'm gonna okay. And the first thing I said, okay, go out there. I have a few friends that are gonna go out there and buy the game too. So, like I said, man, just because the game ain't for me doesn't mean that necessarily the game might not be for you.
only reviews games, but buys and plays way too many of them. So let's
No. You buy too many games and you don't finish them. That's the problem that you got going on, bro. Come on, bro. You be throwing out reviews so quickly. You claim that these games are hundreds and hundreds of hours long. So explain to me how you are able to complete a game that's hundreds and hundreds of hours long and have a review already. Like, for me, that'd be easy. If somebody told me, hey, do a review of Grandia 2 HD, that would be easy. I would play it. Like, if I'm looking at it from this perspective, but if I'm playing all these other games, then to be honest with you, I'm just gonna base it off what I played with the Dreamcast. I want to make sure things are similar, but I'll probably more likely not finish it if I have all these other projects that I gotta review. You feel me? But that makes sense because at least people can say you beat the game, but still. I didn't beat the Nintendo Switch version. I didn't beat the PS4 version that I'm reviewing. You see? So when you sit there and said that, oh, I play a lot of games hundreds and hundreds of hours, I don't believe it. There's no way possible that you're playing all these games for hundreds and hundreds of hours and reviewing them. That's impossible, bro. There's only 24 hours in a day.
discuss. I hope
That's not including you sleeping. That's not including you eating. That's not including you exercise. That's not including you doing your other day-to-day hobbies. Come on, bro. You're not fooling nobody.
having a great day. And if you could, please, games that have come out in the last couple of years.
Bro, these games ain't even that good, bro. Cut it out, bro. Liza, bro, come on, man. Another Souls game, guys. You're starting to see the resemblance here. Come on, bro. You know, a Stray. Come on, a cat, bro. That game deserved a 6, bro. It's a walking simulator with a cat, bro. There's really no gameplay in that game, bro. I actually decided to play because I thought the art style was kind of cutesy, and then I just gave up on it because it's boring. It's not even a challenging game. See, now PlayStation fanboys are saying that the 8 is the new 9 and 10, guys. The 8 from PlayStation. What happened to the days when PlayStation gamers said they only played 9s and 10s? Now you guys playing 8s?
Stellar Blade, Stray, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, Death Stranding.
Playing
These
8s.
are games that have huge fan bases that manage to sell a ton of copies and are undeniably freaking...
Stellar Blade did not sell. Stray, I don't know how well that game did. I think Kenna did pretty solid, but not like incredibly well. Death Stranding, I think, did well, of course, if we're talking about the PS4 version. Wukong is probably more likely not going to do well in sales. And Liza P, didn't you guys say this game failed because it was on Game Pass Ultimate? Because I don't think a lot of people bought Liza P.
Epic. And I think people are saying, okay, if you believe that an 80s is a bad score, that is in fact laughable.
Oh, let's pull up all the receipts of you guys making fun of Gears 5 for having an 8.7. Let's bring up all those receipts. Dirt Griggity, please make a video talking about how these people said 8. Now, you see? All they do is move the flagpole to something else. You change the narrative yet again. Now the 8 is the new 10s. Really? But when Microsoft was getting 8s, there was a problem. Oh, their games are not as good as Sony. We only play 9 and 10s. And now all of a sudden, you people want to talk about how 8 is the new 10. Bro, ain't nobody want to hear this.
Now, I almost think that part of this just comes down to the rise of Metacritic.
Funny thing is, GameStop with another W. Who was bringing this up before anybody? Talking about how Metacritic is destroying gaming, how it doesn't really necessarily matter what the score is, because I can give you several examples as to games that I enjoy that have poorly rated scores, and I love them. So this, to me, has never mattered.
Something I measured here, this is the biggest game.
And if you notice one thing with these reviews, right? With the best game, Baldur's Gate 3. It took for you guys to play Baldur's Gate 3 to realize that this was a good franchise. You're a fake Baldur's Gate fan. Elden Ring, it took for how long for a From Software game to get over a 9.6 to get a 9.6 on Metacritic? Fake fan. Witcher. I mean, think about listen to what I'm saying. Look at what I'm saying. The Witcher 3. We had The Witcher 1. Nobody cared. We had The Witcher 2. Nobody cared. I'm not saying Witcher 2 actually did well, but I'm just saying, not as well as Witcher 3. You see? There's a lot of new fans that just jumped in the game, man, that don't really know what game it was. God of War Ragnarok. Come on now. Look, you guys are not starting to see the point. Oh, yeah, GameStop. People are jumping into these franchises later on in its lifetime. They didn't jump into these franchises when these were new. You know what I'm saying? See, but hey, it is what it is.
It's ever released on PS5. I'm just choosing this so we have a good smattering.
Look at this, Resident Evil 4, bro. I mean, come on, man. This is some of the point. Man, what is Capcom paying these people to get this game a 9.2? Bro, Demon Souls, bro. Come on, bro. I'm telling you, man, gaming is biased, bro. And when you start seeing it, man, you're like, whoa, hold on. Demon Souls, bro, another From Software game. I'm starting to think From Software is paying these people under the table now at this point because their games never got praise. Never got praise like the way they do. They got praise from the fans and they got praise from the gaming journalists. Before that wasn't the case, man. From Software's been making games since the PlayStation 1 and they never had this same success.
Current stuff. And you'll notice that not only are all
Dave the Diver got, wow.
games fantastic, like Resident Evil 4 Remake, Spider-Man, freaking Dave the Diver, Cocoon, Balatro.
Wow, the fact that Last of Us Part 2 even got a 9 is ridiculous, bro, considering the game ain't even new. Like, that's crazy, man. I don't care how much you like the game, man, but come on, to give the game a 9 again? Come on now.
These are games that are all incredibly good, but it does feel like people are now able to aggregate scores for the first time ever. I grew up with gaming magazines. You'd bust one open and you had just a couple random reviews in it. Sometimes they'd even be little teeny.
I used to just look at the screenshots, bro. I used to just look at the screenshots and the gameplay and just get excited about that. I never really cared for gaming magazines personally.
Single paragraph blurbs in the back of the magazine if it was a more obscure game. They wouldn't even do like a full article about it. The fact that we have access to not only a game, but the fact that you can just click it and get huge, in-depth, wild breakdowns, like opinions, how they get so many followers, wild. I think what's interesting is that, honestly, I feel like part of this rests on the shoulders of major gaming websites.
No. It also, like I said before, it also stresses on the fact of you guys. You guys are supposed to bring some form of integrity and honor within our gaming community, and you don't do that. You guys are supposed to be the GameStop of gamers. You know, GameStop. What is the saying for game? Power to the players. That's what you guys are supposed. That's the philosophy that you guys are supposed to bring within our gaming community. And yet again, you do the same thing that they do. Make biased reviews, fanboy. It's like you guys are you're no more professional than they are, bro. You guys are all about y'all. You guys are all the same, pushing agendas, pushing narratives into games, and not just enjoying video games for what it is.
It's like IGN, GameSpot, and places across the world. Eurogamer, Polygon.
It's just, and this is another problem too. We got people reviewing games that are not a fan to a particular genre, man. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm a fan of shooters and stuff like that. Okay, so we're going to have you do a review on a fighting game. Yeah, the game kind of casual, I'm playing the arcade mode on easy. It's kind of casual. No combos. There's no depth. There's no variety. It's done. Because these are the type of games that you have to understand the concept and the mechanics of how to play it. And this is why people try to tell you, in my personal opinion, casual gamers are not the best to review the game. Even if I don't like something, I can put my bias aside to tell you, like, okay, this is what you're getting, and these are the mechanics. Because I'm a very experienced gamer, so I can do that. I've done it several times. I'm like, hey, I don't personally care, but I'm gonna put my bias aside and give this game a whatever. I've done that before because I know that other people like these type of games. You feel me? So I'm not going to sit there and completely dismiss that, but I will bring up mechanics. I will bring up aspects that is what makes the game, unique in some ways or terrible in others. You guys don't do that. You guys use your agendas and, like, for example, like Starfield. Like, I get it. The game is good. The game is based around exploration and stuff. It's not based around like a typical Fallout or an Elder Scrolls game. And that's why you people hated it. You cannot hate the game for what the game's concept is, which is to travel to different planets and figure and explore and do whatever. That's a different type of gameplay mechanic. If you don't like doing that in most of your games, that's fine. But you cannot hate the game for it. You feel me? Like, it's crazy, man.
All sorts of stuff like that.
Like, see me, people's like, well, you did that with Tears of Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. You hated those games, even though. See, the difference is, bro, you are not essentially forced, but the stuff that I'm bringing up is the meat and potato of the games. The shrines is the meat and the potato of the games. That's what most likely you're going to be doing. Yes, you could travel, you could do what you want, but the main portion of what I liked The Legend of Zelda was the dungeons, and that's apparently not there. That's the meat and potatoes of the game. Y'all can sit there and say, no, it's not. Yes, it is, because that's how you get extra health, you dummy. You want to sit there and say, oh, that's not the meat and potato of the games, but yet you get your health. So essentially everything's derived into these shrines, man. Yeah, the open world's crazy. You can go hunting with your bow and arrow. You can do all this other stuff. But the meat and the potatoes of the game is the shrines. That's what helps you progress through the game. Therefore, my critique on that is valid. You guys are starting to understand what I'm saying? The problem is with you guys, having a critique based on a game that's based around exploration is not a valid critique. Tears of Kingdom, yes, it can be an explorative game, but it's just like the exploration is just what leads you to the things that you want to get. Does that make sense? It's different. Tears of Kingdom is not an exploration game. I mean, you can play it as such, but that's not the concept of what Nintendo wants you to do. It's set up as an action adventure just with a much more open world. That is all it is.
I feel like their reviews, of course they get more clicks, they get more conversation, but they have kind of pushed this dialogue where their scores, they carry a heavier weight. If somebody like this one here, Alien Isolation, which is undoubtedly a horror masterpiece, this game is so freaking good. It got not even a 6 by IGN, a 5.9.
Well, according to PlayStation Ponies, it's a trash game.
They said it was mediocre. Alien Isolation erases the just a committee. It's a huge conglomerate. It's a company that's not just reviewing.
But yet you guys get hyped up for these game awards, though. So why do you guys get hyped up for game awards if you guys know they're all fake?
Years, I almost think that beyond all else, I keep thinking about the fact that we're just getting less good, incredible games. We're getting less games that push the boundaries forward, and now we're becoming hypercritical of every release. Instead of getting like 20 incredible games a year, we're getting like 7 incredible games a year.
Oh, wow, GameStar with another W. Are you guys sure that they're not taking my talking points? That's so funny. Now you guys want to come to the realization that you're not getting the games, the same output of games that we used to. And all this is just to cover how bad Black Move Wukong is. That's all it is, bro. Because the game has bugs. Look, it says it right there. And like I said, you just want people to completely dismiss that and to give the game a 9 and a 10 because it happens to be on PlayStation. People ain't going to do that, man. And neither is IGN, as you can clearly see. You PlayStation ponies, bro, you people are just ridiculous, bro. You are the people that you put these people on a pedestal. Remember, you guys are the people that said Xbox don't be getting no 9s and 10s, and now that you're getting 8, now you want to classify 8 as the new 10. Bro, you people are ridiculous, man. All you guys do is keep changing the narrative to something else just so you can suit your own personal agendas. It's pathetic, bro. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. And like I said, don't have a Metacritic score or anybody tell you what game that you should deserve to play. Peace out.